All right, today we're diving into a really profound idea from the mystic Zoran, and it's this. What if a simple walk, the kind you take in the woods, wasn't just about relaxing? What if it was a way to tap directly into the consciousness of the planet itself? Yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so think about this for a second. Have you ever been out for a walk, maybe by a creek or deep in a forest, and you get this sudden, almost magical feeling of connection? Like the world around you is literally alive and trying to talk to you. It's a pretty powerful experience, right? Well, according to the teachings we're looking at today, that feeling isn't just in your head. It is absolutely real.
So this mystic, Zoran, he frames this whole experience not as some random, fleeting emotion, but as a genuine discovery. He calls it one of the most profound secrets, a secret that's actually embedded in our own consciousness. So you gotta ask, right? What exactly is the secret?
All right, first things first, let's really unpack what this feeling of connection is all about. We're talking about something way deeper than just, oh, that's a pretty tree. This is about something called planetary communion.
And here's the core idea, and it's a big one. The teaching says that Earth isn't just a big rock floating in space with some life on it. Nope, it's a conscious being, a living dragon filled with incredible power and love. So that feeling of connection you get, that's you. That's you directly plugging into and participating in the planet's own consciousness.
So, okay, if we're actually connecting with a living, conscious planet, the obvious next question is, how? How does that even work? Well, the answer, according to Zoran's teaching, is that we have this kind of ancient technology built right into our own bodies, an internal energy circuit that makes this whole thing possible.
And this internal technology, it has a name, the Microcosmic Orbit. Now, this isn't some new age fad. It's actually a really advanced energy practice that comes from ancient Taoism. The whole point of it is to circulate life force, what they call qi, through the body's primary energy channels.
So this orbit is basically made up of two main channels. You've got the governor vessel, which runs up your back, up your spine, and it carries this active ascending yang energy that connects to the cosmos. Then you have the conception vessel, which runs down the front of your body, carrying this receptive, grounding yin energy that connects you to the earth, up the back, down the front. Okay, let's actually trace the path of this energy. So you're walking. Energy gets drawn up from the earth right through your feet. It travels up your spine all the way to the crown of your head, where it mixes with cosmic energy coming down from above. Then, this supercharged combined energy flows down the front of your body, completing the loop by returning to the earth. You basically become a living, breathing bridge between heaven and earth. Pretty cool, right?
And what about that feeling of inner light that people sometimes report when they do this? Well, the teaching says that's the activation of your nadis. And what are nadis? Think of them as a massive network of energy channels. You've got this central superhighway of consciousness running right along your spine, and then branching off from that are something like 72,000 rivers of light flowing through your entire body. Wow.
Okay, so we've got the internal circuit down. We understand what's happening inside us. But now, let's look at how this very personal practice turns into a direct dialogue with the planet itself, especially when you're out walking in nature.
Now here's a really fascinating piece of this teaching. That creek you might walk by, it's not just water flowing over rocks. It's seen as a dragon vein, basically a concentrated energy meridian of the Earth itself. It's a channel for the planet's own life force, its own qi.
So when you walk near a spot like that, it acts like an amplifier for your experience. I mean, think about it. The sound of the water alone can help get your brain into a meditative state. But then you've got the flowing water itself, which is said to be packed with concentrated energy and negative ions that boost your spiritual sensitivity. You are literally tapping into the Earth's circulatory system.
And this is maybe the most important takeaway. Those incredibly powerful emotions you feel on these walks, that overwhelming love, bliss, and joy. According to Zoran, that's not just your joy. You are directly experiencing the Earth's own emotional signature. He calls it Gaia's heart frequency. You're not just feeling happy on the planet, you are feeling with the planet.
All right, so now we're going to take this whole thing up a level. We're moving from the personal to the planetary. This is the idea that your own individual practice, your walk in the woods, can actually contribute to a global shift in consciousness. Yeah, it's a big deal. Zoran explains that the experience itself actually evolves over time. It stops being just about your spiritual practice, and it becomes this act of conscious co-creation with the planet's own awakening. You're not just a passenger on this ride anymore. You're an active participant, a co-pilot.
And get this has a real, tangible effect on the world around you. The idea is that every single time you do this walking meditation, you are strengthening the energy field of that specific place. You are literally encoding the landscape with a higher frequency of consciousness. You're helping to create sacred geography, making it easier for the next person who walks there to tap into that same state.
So what we're really talking about here is framed as nothing less than an evolutionary leap for humanity. It's a shift from being just an individual, separate consciousness to becoming a true planetary participant. You go from being a consumer of energy to a conscious circulator of energy, fully integrated with the Earth's awakening.
Okay, so for our last section, let's get practical. If you're listening to this and thinking, wow, I want to explore this, here's some actual guidance from Zoran's teachings on how you can deepen your own practice.
So it turns out, when you take your walk can actually have different effects. For example, if you go at dawn, you're connecting with the Earth's awakening energy for the day. But if you practice during a full moon, well, that's said to amplify the whole circuit and really boost that cosmic connection.
And as you keep doing this, as your practice deepens, there are signs you can look for. You might start noticing you're way more sensitive to the energy of certain places. Your intuition might get a serious boost. Or you might just feel this profound, direct sense of communion with nature, with the trees, the rocks, everything.
And ultimately, this is what the teachings say is possible. The goal is to become that living bridge between Earth and sky, to be a conscious participant in this massive planetary awakening, and, to put it in Zoran's beautiful words, to become a walking blessing upon the land.
So a simple walk, right? It's completely reframed into something with just profound potential. It really leaves us with a powerful question to chew on. What if every single step you take could actually help awaken the world?